What's going on, guys? John Bliss here with the Wasatch Sasquatch Barbecue channel. Gonna do something a little bit different today. This month I had the privilege of learning how to process my own mule deer. So I got to cut a lot of it up. Went to a butcher shop, not a barber shop, butcher shop. At a butcher shop, gave me a knife, gave me a table, and I had a guy basically guide me through cutting it up, which was just amazing. And I'm a big fan of not wasting a lot of meat. So everything I could keep, I did keep, and I'm gonna try to do as much with it as possible. So today, what we're gonna do is something I've never done before, and I've not seen it a lot, is we're going to smoke a mule deer roast. Now, mule deer is a very lean meat, and it's a very gamey meat. Now, whitetail, axis deer, different other deer from out east, or sometimes in the southern region, they don't eat the same thing mule deer and elk out here eat, the Rocky Mountain animals. Now, a lot of sagebrush, and so like you can smell the gaminess on them as you're processing them, as you cook it, and as you eat it. It's just a very strong game taste. Now, I grew up with this, so for me it was like a delicacy, something that we desired, something we wanted. My wife, who's from Maryland, told me she liked venison, and I gave her her first mule deer steak, and she was not about it. It is a very different taste. So what I've done is I brined this for 24 hours. I used real salt, the Redmond real salt. 1 cup of salt to however much water. Let it sit, flip it, stir it, and that's supposed to pull a lot of that gaminess out. As you can see here, this is the roast, and this right here is all the silver skin and stuff that I've trimmed off the top. Let's get a good view of that roast here. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna inject some duck fat. I'm gonna give it a good rub with a Traeger prime rib rub. And then we're gonna smoke it using mesquite chips. I'm gonna keep it low, I'm gonna keep it slow. It's a very lean piece of meat. It's very small, so it's gonna be done really quick, but it's worth a try, I'm thinking. We are a couple hours into the smoke here. It's actually looking pretty good. I put a pan underneath it to keep the juices so it'll kind of sop them in. All right, so we just pulled it off the smoker, smoked for about 3 to 4 hours on low to medium heat. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if you guys noticed, but at first I packed on a lot of the seasonings. Sort of regret it now. It's a little bit saltier than I wanted, but it's not gamey, which is a big improvement. I tried some of the hamburger when I first got it home, and it was crazy gamey. So for it to not be gamey at all, really, it's super good. Let's see if we can get it's really juicy. The duck fat did exactly what I wanted it to. Super juicy, super tender. And I mean, so tender that you can literally cut it with a spoon. Melts in your mouth. With a prime rib rub, I would eat it just like a prime rib. I would do small, thin pieces with horseradish. This is delicious. All right, so I have a few other mule deer roasts and steaks and burgers I'm going to be doing, and hopefully making my own sausage. If you have any recipes, if you have any suggestions, please go ahead and send them my way. Go over to the YouTube, the Wasatch Sasquatch, or my Instagram page, EDJ Everyday John. All right, guys. Thanks.
Happy free cheese!